But what we need to talk to Merce about now is what happened at the Emirates today.
Arsenal have been searching for a spark during a challenging phase of the season, and the atmosphere around the club has shifted dramatically following the unexpected return of Calafiori Gyokeres Odegaard and Eze. Supporters and analysts have been quick to point out how the reappearance of these influential players has instantly transformed both the confidence of the team and the projected trajectory of their campaign. For weeks, Arsenal had been operating with a depleted squad that looked short on rhythm, creativity and intensity. Now, with four key figures stepping back into action, the mood inside the club has turned from cautious hope to outright belief that a revival is genuinely underway. The return of Riccardo Calafiori delivers an immediate defensive boost that Arsenal had been missing for several matches. His calmness on the ball, positional discipline and ability to progress play from the back make him an essential piece in the structure Mikel Arteta relies on. Without him, Arsenal had struggled with transitions and found it harder to impose themselves on matches. Calafiori brings a stability that not only steadies the defenders around him but also encourages the midfield to play with more freedom. His reintroduction has already been noticeable as training sessions have become sharper and the backline has regained its usual cohesion. In attack, the arrival of Victor Gyokeres back in the fold has been nothing short of transformative. Arsenal had lacked a consistent goal threat and struggled to convert chances in key matches. Gyokeres brings a blend of pace, power and instinctive finishing that changes the equation entirely. His pressing ability also triggers the kind of aggressive front foot football that Arteta demands. Gyokeres returning at this moment gives the team a focal point that defenders dread and teammates thrive beside. Observers around the training ground have noted that his movement and intensity have lifted the level of everyone around him, and his presence alone gives Arsenal an added edge heading into crucial fixtures. Martin Odegaard returning to peak condition might be the most important factor of all. The captain is the heartbeat of the team, orchestrating attacks and dictating the tempo with his trademark composure. Without him, Arsenal often look disjointed and lack the kind of fluency that normally defines their best performances. Odegaard has stepped back with renewed energy and focus, and his influence on the squad is already evident. He accelerates the play when the moment calls for it, slows it down under pressure, and connects lines that had recently looked fractured. For the younger players, his leadership is vital, and for the senior players, his return brings clarity and direction. Adding Eberechi Eze back into the picture introduces another dimension that Arsenal had been missing. His flair, unpredictability and close control give the team a creative spark that unsettles opposition defenses. Eze can glide past opponents with ease, create chances out of tight spaces and shift momentum in an instant. His integration into the lineup gives Arsenal a new source of creativity and a player capable of producing match-defining moments. With his fitness restored, Arteta now has the option to rotate more freely and tailor his attacking setups depending on the opponent. What makes these returns particularly significant is the timing. Arsenal are entering a phase of the season in which every match carries major implications. The team had been drifting slightly off pace and questions were beginning to emerge about whether they could sustain a strong challenge across competitions. The return of these four key players changes that picture entirely. Their presence allows the team to rediscover its tactical identity, while also providing a psychological lift that can be just as valuable as any tactical adjustment. Inside the club, the players have spoken openly about how much of a difference this group makes to the dynamic of the squad. Training intensity has risen sharply and the mood has shifted from cautious to ambitious. Arteta now has the option to rotate without weakening the team, something that had been nearly impossible in recent weeks. The competition for starting places will push everyone to higher levels, and the tactical flexibility offered by this group allows the manager to adapt against top-level opponents. Supporters too have responded with renewed excitement. Social media platforms have been buzzing with anticipation as fans imagine the potential lineups and combinations that these returns unlock. Many believe this could be the turning point that launches Arsenal back into the heart of the title race and into strong positions in domestic and European competitions. The optimism is not just reactionary but grounded in the tangible impact these players have already shown in earlier parts of the season. What stands out most is how complementary their skill sets are. Calafiori strengthens the defensive base, Gyokeres provides a direct goal-scoring threat, Odegaard restores control and vision in midfield, and Eze adds creativity and unpredictability in the final third. Together, they reshape the team into a more complete, balanced and dangerous unit. This combination not only changes the quality on the pitch but also re-energizes the collective mindset, something that often determines the trajectory of a season far more than statistics alone. The next sequence of matches will be crucial, but Arsenal now step into them with a revitalized squad and a renewed sense of purpose. Arteta will be expected to maximize the momentum created by these returns, and the players themselves will carry the responsibility of translating this spark into consistent results. The challenge remains significant, but the belief inside and outside the club is that this moment could be the beginning of a powerful resurgence. For the first time in weeks, Arsenal feel whole again. The return of Calafiori Gyokeres Odegaard and Eze does more than fill gaps in the lineup. It restores identity, ambition and confidence. If this momentum carries forward, the coming months could mark one of the most dramatic comebacks of their campaign.